Thanks so much for exploring service with MAF. The common perception is that the need for the services of an organisation like MAF are diminishing. The opposite is actually true. With climate change, natural disasters and civil unrest, the need for the services of MAF continue to grow. And there are still many places where the love of God is unknown. Let's face it, working with MAF is pretty cool. The flying is amazing, living in another country is exciting, and helping to change people's lives is rewarding. But before we get down to the nitty-gritty of the requirements for a specific role, let me highlight the foundational elements we are looking for in our candidates. To start with, MAF is a Christian mission organisation. As you will have seen on our web pages, we were founded by Christian pilots who, after the Second World War, wanted to use aircraft to spread God's love. 75 years later, the vision of MAF is still the same. We want to see isolated people physically and spiritually transformed in the name of Jesus Christ. As such, the first foundational element that we are looking for in our staff is that they know and love Jesus and they're active in their local church. The second foundational element is we are looking for candidates with a servant heart. MAF planes are sometimes described as Samaritan's donkeys. Flying can often be seen as glamorous, with pilots in crisp white shirts, but there's nothing glamorous about a donkey. Don't get me wrong, MAF flying is exciting and rewarding, but most of the time it is also hard work. Pilots often load and unload their own planes, and they regularly pump fuel from drums by hand. Engineers frequently work in tropical heat and many times out in the field. Our staff do it because they have come to serve. It's not about the money or the prestige, it's about the call of God and a desire to serve isolated people. People who don't have access to things we take for granted. We currently serve over 2,000 organisations. The third foundational element we are looking for in candidates is flexibility. MAF is always adapting and changing to meet the needs of the countries and partners that we serve. And so when we are assessing candidates, we are deliberately looking for those who can demonstrate a high level of flexibility. Working in developing countries, things change regularly, and we need staff that can cope with that. The final foundational element we look for in candidates is resilience. Put simply, resilience is the ability to cope with and rise to the inevitable challenges, problems and setbacks in the course of life. Let's face it, living in a developing country is out of most people's comfort zones. It will be a challenge and there will be lots of things to adapt to and lots of change. We all experience stress, but someone who is resilient can be stretched, but they will quickly bounce back. They have the ability to cope with uncertainty and change. So in summary, the 4 foundational elements we are looking for. Our candidates must be committed Christians. Candidates must have a servant heart. Candidates must be flexible, and candidates must be resilient. If that's you, I invite you to take a closer look at the specific requirements for the role you are interested in, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.